Hi, Manny Talavera here. What I'm going to do in the next 10 minutes or so is I'm going to actually lay out how to build a coaching program from scratch. You might want to grab a pen and a piece of paper. I'm going to lay out exactly what a coaching program would look like. You can certainly take some notes. If you have any questions, certainly post them in the comments or actually shoot me an instant message and I'll be glad to answer those. And I can tell you, I'm going over a lot of content in the next few minutes here. This content was actually pulled from the Millionaire Coaching Formula that I created a few years ago, and that's about a 10-hour product. So I'm going to be going through some content really fast. Certainly shoot me an instant message if you have any questions. The first thing that you want to do when deciding on creating a coaching program is you want to pick a niche. This is essentially the people that you want to sell your program to. Now I'm going to tell you something. This is where a lot of people make a lot of mistakes. I'm going to tell you what you want to look for in a niche. The first thing is they need to be easy to find. If you can't find them, you can't market to them. The second thing is they need to be large in number, but not too large. The reason they need to be large in number is because if you're going to market to them through Google or Facebook, you do not want to burn through the whole list in a short amount of time. If there's not a large number of them, you can't really get any benefit from marketing to them. The next thing is they got to want the result that you're offering. And after that, they've got to be willing to pay for it. Have the money to pay for it. So this is extremely important when picking a niche. They have to be easy to find, large in number, want the result that you're selling, and have the money and be willing to pay for it. If you're missing any of those in your niche, I'm going to tell you, you need to stop and you need to reevaluate what you're doing, because I'm telling you, if you can't find them, you can't market to them. If they don't want the result you're selling, you're not going to make any money. But we're going to move forward, and the next thing we're going to talk about is the outcome. So once you've picked a niche, the next thing you want to pick is the outcome that you're going to be providing for that niche. And the outcome is simply the big promise. So this is essentially the result they're going to get from working with you. After you came up with the outcome, you would next want to create the name based on the big promise. The name is going to be results-based. Extremely important. When you create the name for a product, you want the result right in the product. You want to look at Brandon Bouchard, Eben Pagan. Look at the names these people create for their products. The benefit is right in the title of the product. When someone sees your coaching program, they should immediately know that's a program I want to be in. Like lose 20 pounds in an 8-week coaching program. You know immediately when you read that what the result is. The Millionaire Coaching Formula, 100 days to 100K. Create a name that's result-based. But we're going to move on. Once you pick the name, you want to pick a model. And the model is going to be either teaching, where you're going to teach content, or it's going to be discussion-based, or it's going to be a mix of the two. I can tell you, you can create a very, very, very good coaching program that's discussion-based. There are many people that have coaching programs based on Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. So you can do that. You can do a discussion-based program. You can also do a teaching-based program or a mix of the two. I'll tell you something very, very common. In a smaller workshop type group, you might do an hour of training and then an hour of discussion based on what you went over. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to pick a type of program. And the type of program is either going to be group or one-on-one. That's the only thing you need to worry about there. Once you pick the type of program you're going to have, the next thing you're going to pick is the delivery method. Now, there are many, many ways to deliver a coaching program. You can do it in person. You can do it over the telephone. You can do it over Skype. You can do it over the internet. You can also do it over in a membership format, or you can do a mix. You can do a combination of these. So when you want to pick a delivery method, you want to decide how you're going to deliver it. So we're going to do it over Skype, or I'm going to be doing this over the telephone, or I'm going to actually be meeting people in person. Like I said, you just want to pick a delivery method. The next thing you're going to pick is you're going to pick a length of time for your coaching program. Now the length of time is basically when it's going to start and when it's going to end. And I'm going to give you some examples. You can do a 1-day coaching program, which is a vision day. You can do a 2-day coaching program, which is a seminar-based model. You can do quarterly workshops for a year. You can do a 1-week program, a 6-week program, an 8-week program. You see a lot of 3 and 6 month programs, and then you can do a 1-year program. So you want to pick a length of time, and this is essentially when the program is going to start, when it's going to end. And the next thing you want to pick is a time frame. And the time frame is how much time you're going to actually spend with those people while you're coaching them. So you might have a 1-year program where you're going to meet with them an hour a week. You might have a 6-month program where you're going to meet with them half an hour every other week. You can build the hybrid any way that you want. You can build it any way you want. The main thing you want to think about here is you got your length of time, which is the length of it, and then the time frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a couple of ideas on how you can actually build one of these. You can have a traditional 6-month coaching program where you talk to people in a group setting once a month, right? So you're going to talk to them for 6 hours because you're going to work with them for 6 months. And then each of those people are also going to get 20 minutes on the phone with you per week. And that's essentially a hybrid between one-on-one and group. So they're getting, you're selling a group program, but they're also getting some one-on-one time with you. You can certainly do the workshop format. A lot of people selling very high-end coaching are actually doing quarterly workshops. Joe Polish does it. Yannick Silver does it, Dan Sullivan does it, and this is essentially where you sell a program to 100 or 200 people, and you meet with them every 90 days in a seminar environment, and you work with them for 2 days. So you might have a 1-year program, and every 90 days you're going to meet with those people for a couple of days. You can do a traditional, over-the-phone, quarterly, semi-annually, or annual program. You can certainly do that. There are just many, many things you can do. You know, Jay Abraham made about $100 million teaching people how to be marketing consultants, and he did it in seminar format. He basically brought people into a room and taught them content for 5 days, and at the end of the 5 days, he basically gave them all the tools to become marketing consultants. And then what he also did is he followed that up with some bridge line or teleseminar calls. So you want to think about that as well. You can do a traditional 8-week course, right? 8-week coaching program where they're going to 1 hour a week get lessons or training from you, and then an hour a week they're going to have question and answer. So you might have an 8-week program. On Mondays you're going to do a live training, and on Thursdays you're going to take question and answer, and you can certainly do it that way as well. So I'm going to end out of this. I hope you've all got some value. If you have any questions as it pertains to building any of this, please feel free to shoot me an instant message, post your comments below, and I'll be glad to answer those. But I hope you like the content, and thanks a lot.